Hi, I'm Michael and this is Drinks for He and She. As we work our way towards opening night of He and She by Rachel Crothers, I'm going to go through every character in the show and pick out a signature period cocktail for them and then show you how to make it. And tonight we're going to start the series with Anne. Now for Anne, I've picked the perfect martini. Nothing says elegance and class quite like the martini. It dates back to 1886 and has taken many forms over the intervening decades. Of these, I think the perfect martini best represents Anne. The 1930 Savoy cocktail book describes the perfect martini as 1 part dry vermouth, 1 part sweet vermouth, 2 parts gin. Now I find that ratio a little too cloying. Anne is more balanced than that. She's elegant, but she's tough. She's ambitious, but dedicated to those she loves. So I've taken a few liberties with the ratios and made it a little more balanced, much like Anne herself. Now, to make the perfect martini, you will need 2 ounces of gin, 1 ounce of dry vermouth, 2/3 ounce of sweet vermouth, 1 dash of orange bitters, and garnish with either an orange or a lemon peel. Now, before we get started, let's talk about shaken versus stirred. You've all heard James Bond, shaken, not stirred. All right, the martini is supposed to be crystal clear. What happens when you shake a drink is, aside from chilling the drink, you're forcing air into suspension in the liquid, and the end result is going to have ice chips in it, it's going to be cloudy, and it's also going to be more diluted because you're melting more of the ice than if you stir it. So, for a proper martini, always stirred, never shaken. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so we're going to build the drink in our mixing glass. Before we get started with that, the first thing we need to do is chill the glass. Now, you can keep your cocktail glass in the freezer, and that'll certainly do the trick, but I prefer to keep food in my freezer. So put some ice in, and then we'll top that off with some water, and that will chill down while we mix the drink. All right, so first things first, we're going to start with the vermouth. This is the dry vermouth. I need 1 ounce. Two-thirds ounce of sweet vermouth. Now yes, I'm using the larger end of my jigger here, but the larger end has a 1/3 ounce measurement, whereas the smaller side does not. And there's 2/3. And then I need 2 ounces of gin. I'm going to use Bombay Sapphire for this one. It works quite nicely for a martini. It's a good inexpensive mixing gin. Has a pretty good flavor all on its own. Alright. Now we'll top this up with some ice. And yes, I did wash my hands before I started. Alright, use our bar spoon. Give that a stir for about 15 or 20 seconds. Yes, we're not agitating the drink very much, so the result is still going to be clear. And I forgot the dash of orange bitters. 1 dash. There we go. All right. Let's dump out our cocktail glass. I'm going to strain this with my Hawthorne strainer. Look at that, crystal clear. And pretty darn perfect. All right. Now, use a piece of lemon zest. And since I want this to look nice, I'm just going to trim this one up. There we go. All right, so express that over the drink. Bit of a twist. There we go. And there we have Anne's Perfect Martini.